It is currently 3:20 p.m. We just got a new Overwatch patch about an hour ago, and it sucks. So let me break it down. First thing they did is they buffed armor. They buffed the effectiveness of armor. They almost doubled it, and they did a health bar change that I played and didn't even notice. I don't know what this did. So I don't know what that does. But they essentially doubled the tankiness of armor, and then buffed the tank passive to give less ultimate charge. And also they reduced their knockback reduction, which was good because 50% was ridiculous. It should probably even be 35, but tanks did not move. Tanks literally did not move at all. So this is gonna help them move a little bit more. It should be probably 35, honestly, but this is a bad change, the ultimate reduction, because I think this is gonna make games even slower. And what this does is it's like the old Roadhog changes, where he used to do take a breather, and or he had a passive where it would reduce his ult charge you would get from shooting him in Overwatch 1, or it was when he was using take a breather. And the whole point of it was to not shoot Roadhog. They wanted you to not shoot Roadhog. So when they reduce this, they want you to not shoot the tank, but they're also doing this health changes and armor buffs, so when you do shoot the tank, it's even worse, which is strange. D.Va, they're buffing the length of Matrix by half a second and also the micro missile damage. So D.Va survivability even better. Matrix is even longer now. And you know, I think the general consensus about along everybody was that tanks just weren't tanky enough, right? I think that was the issue, clearly, or at least that's what they thought was the issue, because that's what almost all of these changes are. They just buffed the fuck out of every tank. Doomfist, out of every tank survivability. They're not that crazy, but they're just all more bulky, which wasn't the issue to begin with. Last patch, tanks did not die. I watched a clip of a Nano Reaper fighting a Roadhog, and the Nano Reaper literally could not win because of the headshot changes, and also this isn't gonna make the game more fun. This is gonna make the game slower, especially with these ult changes, and make it worse. So Queen buffs I'm fine with. Queen, the game is good when Queen is good. So honestly, if we have a hard Queen meta at this point, it's better than what we have. Doomfist, they buffed Doom's passive to make it a little bit better, which is, again, they're buffing his survivability. Mauga, they buffed his shift because God knows he needed another buff. Who the fuck wanted Mauga's shift to be stronger? I actually don't know who asked for this, because nobody's asking for this. And then they made his E do 100% lifesteal. So what's gonna happen now? Mauga's gonna get low, press E, just shoot the other tank, go back to full, and then he's gonna be full, so he's gonna keep shooting the other tank, and he's gonna keep shooting the other tank, and his allies in the circle are gonna have 50% lifesteal, and allies now receive only half, so, and also 20% damage reduction when they're in his product, which is crazy. I don't think anybody wanted Mauga to be buffed. Literally nobody. In the current counter swapping field of the game, nobody wanted this, and they did it. So that's great. Orisa's Fortify got buffed by half a second, so they're just kind of doing an ult change, which is whatever. Honestly, I think Orisa, when we had the Orisa meta, the good thing was it stopped Mauga from being meta. It was like a necessary evil, and now she got nerfed. The Mauga's still crazy, and some of the other unfun tanks are still crazy, so it's okay. Ram, 75 more armor in shift. 75 is insane. He has so much armor when he presses shift. If Mauga dies when he presses shift, like, you need Pearl Harbor, you need nuclear weapons to kill tanks now. They buffed Ryan's shield by 200 and the regen, which is whatever. I don't and they buffed Pin, which was necessary because Pin should kill most people, so that's whatever. They buffed Roadhog. I don't think a single player in the world wanted Roadhog to be buffed. Actually, nobody wanted Roadhog to be buffed. They buffed his pig pen. Okay. The Sigma buff was important because it's now going to let him rock, and 2 primary fires, or just a normal primary fire, is going to kill Widow, which is cool. It still won't kill any of the 250s or 300s, so it's a little bit better. Whatever. Nice. They buffed Winston right click. They said Winston is one of the top performing tanks, which makes sense. I think he's dominating. He's doing really well on the top 500 leaderboards. And they just buffed his right click, charge time, 0.15 seconds faster. Nice. And they buffed his primal, which some of these changes feel like they're finally trying to fix things that were broken by the season 9 health changes. And it feels like this should have came with the health changes. Like, this should have came with the health changes. This should have came with the health changes. Some of the other stuff, there's all these Arya changes should have come when the health pools got updated. It feels like they just didn't think about all of them, or were waiting to just let some heroes be bad when any amount of forethought would have prevented that. Ball, this is a quality of life change on his reload, which is great. I think I always found this clunky, and I'm really glad they're changing this. They buffed his E, his ally, which nobody ever used, but maybe it's better now that nobody ever used this, but maybe it'll make it worth using, which is okay. I like Ball. I'm a Ball enjoyer. I think it's fun when balls are good. So let's just buff Ball. Fuck it. At this point, nothing matters, right? They buff Zarya Bubble. Fuck it too. Just fucking buff everything. I don't care anymore. Nothing matters. Nothing matters in this game. Just buff every tank. Make every tank unkillable, because that's what it feels like the direction the game is going in. Oh, also, they're nerfing the damage passive against tanks. So tanks only get 10% health reduction on top of all these health buffs, these armor buffs, and now they only get 10% healing reduction. So it's like, what's the point of the DPS passive anymore? Like, what's the point of these health changes if we're just gonna do all these changes? None of it makes sense. Bob gets a tank passive, whatever, fine. Ashe wasn't that great, okay. They're nerfing Peacekeeper's range, okay. Cass was really strong. All right, that's fine. Pharah's E got nerfed, or essentially reverted to what it was before her little rework, which is okay. I know a lot of people were upset with Pharah. I don't think this is gonna fix all of the issues with Pharah. I know one of the main things one of my friends was telling me about was that there's no audio cues in Pharah, and that is a problem. Especially, I think her right click makes no noise, and I don't think Pharah has footsteps, so that just makes it frustrating and uninteractive to play with. So I hope if Pharah continues to be an issue, I hope they look at that next. I'm glad they were able to listen to people saying Pharah was a problem, which is nice. Sleep dart by half a second on tanks. Fuck it, let's just keep helping tanks. I think this is a change a lot of people asked for and we're hoping for, so it's probably going to be helpful. Alari allies no longer see the destroyed UI, which is useless. I mean, it's going to be a small UI quality of life change. That's honestly not useless, but it is okay. And then Zen got a small trans buff. So the support cast didn't get any major changes, which is what people I was expecting. I saw this patch get hype as a major change patch, and nothing came of it. Literally nothing came of those changes. The DPS meta isn't really going to change. The tank meta is going to still be counter swap rock paper scissors, which people do not like. Nobody likes this. The queue times for tank are getting shorter and shorter because nobody wants to play tank. I think we're going to get priority passes back at this point because nobody wants to play tank, and they think that the solution in the 5v5 era is to just make tanks tankier, because they think if the tank lives longer, then more people will want to play tank. I don't think that this is going to work. I'm seeing a lot of animosity and apprehension to these patch notes. Hopefully I'll be proven wrong. I know game dev is hard. Balancing games is hard. It takes a lot of time, and no matter what change you make, there's always going to be someone telling you it's the wrong change, even if it is a good change. But I hope they can just spend a little bit more time thinking about what they've done and just make more changes, because this isn't gonna fix any of the issues. And I honestly miss 6v6. I'm a 6v6 enjoyer, but I don't even know if that'll fix all the issues in the game, because I think if you brought 6v6 back, there's a chance that people might not even play it. It might be like the Morbius effect, where people act like they want it and it comes back. I don't know. I'll play it. I'll try it out. I hope it's fun. I want to try tank synergies again. I miss Ryan Zarya. I miss building ult charge. I miss a lot of the things of the game that this used to be, and I think this is further changing the game. I think the best iteration of 5v5 we had was probably at the launch of season 9, where like Echo was really good, Doom was good, I think Genji was really good, Tracer was really good. The characters that I obviously really enjoyed were really good, so I thought it was the best. But I don't think that this is the direction the game needs to go in. But you know, we got Transformers. That's cool. Except when I got on, you could only buy the Alari skin, so I hope they fix that. But yeah, what do you guys think? I hope this gets a few changes.